Hey everyone, it's March 7th. Yes, 7th, 2017. Tuesday evening at about 9 o'clock. Snuggled up in a blanket here, kind of reflecting on the day. It was another tough day at the 9 to 5 job, no doubt. Maybe not quite as bad as yesterday, but it was absolutely a tough day because when you I've come to resent it from taking away from time that I could spend investing into real estate. You know, it's 40 hours a week. I don't know. I just feel like I'm losing money working at that job, but my husband and I cannot support me not having a job right now. And so I'm using that intense desire and that intense motivation to be done with my 9 to 5 job as soon as possible. And that means that I need to get out there and start making those deals. And you know, I am restricted by certain hours of the day. And I also, you know, want my husband to go with me to these properties, and so we don't always get to see them at night. He works until 7, and a lot of these properties are actually foreclosed upon properties, and at 7 o'clock at night in the middle of March, there's not electricity often, and so we've had to postpone a couple of those to this weekend just because we wouldn't be able to see anything if we went there at 7:30 at night to look at a property. But we do have, I think that by Sunday night we'll probably have seen 10 properties. All of them are fixer-upper types. I think that the highest one is asking for 74.9 maybe, and I would needs a lot of work inside. The outside looks good, but based upon, you know, my novice calculation, I think that I would come in at probably around 50 or 55 with an initial offer for that house. But anyway, I'm looking forward to a lot of showings this weekend. I hope that Sunday night I am on making this video right here and telling you that I submitted a bunch of offers. And maybe none of them were accepted. You know, just looking at the odds, probably none of them will be accepted, but I'll be glad that I at least did it. And so I'm very, very much looking forward to this weekend and some full days where I can really invest in this. And so we do actually have one property that we're seeing tomorrow night. And that one is not foreclosed upon, so it should have electricity, so we shouldn't have any problem getting in to see it. So I'm excited to tell you all what I think of that experience. But anyway, today, so like I said that I worked, but I'm kind of in this, you know, training period, and so in time that I can squeeze some time doing this, I absolutely do that. So I was online at work today looking at some properties and such and running some various comps, and so I was doing that today, really trying to focus on building my buyers list right now. So I reached out to several, probably 4 or 5 through email today, sending an email, really, you know, telling them I'm a new investor in the area, but the key of what I'm reaching out to them about is because I want to help them. I want to add value to their business. You know, if I can learn the types of homes that they're interested in, the return on investment that they're looking for, maybe the neighborhood or the zip code that they want to buy houses in and create a monopoly, that will help me tailor my marketing. That will help me tailor what I'm looking for, because I can feel secure in knowing that there's a buyer out there who wants that property. So continuing to build that, and during my lunch hour tomorrow, I will actually get on the phone and make some calls to those that I either haven't heard from yet, or those that are on Craigslist and didn't have an email address. So it's getting easier for me to tell who on these websites are investors like me, or buyers, if you will. So and I'll get a little bit more into that later, but it definitely has to do with seeing rehabbed properties that you start to see some trends, and maybe it's the same buyer that did work on the same couple houses. You can see, oh, I've seen that countertop before, I've seen that those cabinets, and so you kind of see some similarities there. And what else was I gonna say? I can't remember, but focusing on building my buyers list right now. After work today, my husband and I did meet with 2 real estate agents, and actually I'd probably say it was the best meeting that I've had yet. They just were very prepared for the interview, and what I was really impressed with was, they just really seemed to want my husband and I to succeed, and they made a point to discuss all of the places where they, outside of the MLS, that they have access to, where they can yield leads. I can go out to LeadSource and pay $100 for an absentee list, and then spend another $100, $200 actually mailing them out, and I will do that when I have marketing money. But they definitely led me to believe that they have access to those types of lists too, and have access to people that own properties that live out of state, and they could, tell me about them, and I can reach out to them and be like, do you want to get rid of your property? Because I want to buy it for you. And so I liked that value that they brought tonight. But, it's going to be trial and error. I want to see what they can do for me. I want to see their responsiveness. I want to see that they're emailing me daily and constantly giving me properties to look at. So I look forward to seeing where that is going to go. But that was productive this evening. Otherwise, tonight I didn't have much time for much else. We had a basketball game that we had to go to, but tomorrow will be a full day, continuing to do this as much as I can, continuing to make contact with buyers, and scheduling the hell out of this weekend with just keeping us busy and looking at properties. So this is getting long. I'm going to wrap it up, but I'll keep everyone posted, and I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in.